It's amazing to think about Chris Campbell, who was the weight class above you at 198 pounds, that he was going to be 38 years old the day following winning a bronze medal. How did he accomplish that?
I mean, I don't know. I really don't know, but I think he he was really disciplined in his nutrition. He was really disciplined in his diet. He was a vegetarian, and he didn't look like a vegetarian. He looked like a guy that was eating red meat every every few minutes. But I think he maintained his discipline from his flexibility. He was into the yoga every single morning. I'd wake up when I was his roommate, and I'd see him, 6 a.m. in the morning doing his stretches and really taking care of his body. From a nutritional standpoint, he's always taking care of his body. One thing that I did as an athlete is, I was based at Iowa State, but I'd always venture out to different locations to get my training in preparation either for the beginning of the season or in preparation for competition as we went to Foxcatcher and trained for 2 to 3 weeks in preparation for competition. But every year when Chris came back, I would always go up to Syracuse and I would live with him and Laura and the kids, and I'd be there for at least 10 days to 2 weeks, and I'd live a vegetarian lifestyle. My weight would come right down and I'd be ready for the season. But Chris was, from a tactical standpoint, and I learned a lot from him and Dave, but I spent a lot of time, with Chris because I would always go up to Syracuse, but I had an opportunity also to go to Blissey with him in Uregan. It was the first year that Uregan tournament was started. And so I got a chance to room with Chris, and for 2 weeks straight, I'm just hammering him for information, technical information, tactical information. But he was special. I mean, his technical skills were unbelievable. I think he was outstanding wrestler, most technical wrestler in the world in 1981. In his first world championship, he was most technical wrestler. But his technique was so sound. His positioning was so sound. He was so strong, so athletic, but he never got out of position, and he never exerted energy or force that wasn't needed. And I was really impressed with the way him and Dave competed in that way. And so I developed my style from Dave and from Chris for the most part, as I prepared as a younger athlete moving up. But how he won that bronze medal, he probably should have been a gold medalist that year. I mean, he had the opportunity to be a gold medalist. He really struggled with Kadartsev, but he had beaten Kadartsev in 1991 and then lost the Cuban three-way tie. The Russian ends up going to the finals and wins the tournament. But Chris beat Kadartsev in the first round, so he probably should have been a world champion in 91. So to see what he did at that age, I mean, I think that's unprecedented, right? I don't think we've ever had someone world champion come back. He's the only guy that I ever seen make a comeback and be not as good as he probably was, but compete as well as he probably did in big time competitions. I've seen a lot of guys make comebacks and they weren't the same guy in their comeback.